thoughts, but yes, BTRG were relegated last season, second in trials, here to prove themselves with mostly the same roster. And CC, playoff team, out in corners last season, have a stacked roster behind JWJ, as a lot of the casters have been talking about as one of their MVPs of this whole contenders region.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's going to be JWJ kind of needing to open things up, going to be matched up against Kaylee on the other side there, and already BTRG getting the lead early on.
We are aware there's no game sound, so if you, I know Hurix almost had a soundboard ready with the, what were you gonna do? The pew 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 and the...
Barrage sounds, whoosh, the control point is now unlocked, cool, awesome. Now you're just hovering, yeah, something like that. I think would be like a good way for people to know what's going on.
See, we gotta be good at interpretation too as we go in. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the sound of our voices as we go in. But now BTRG with that first cap did lose their main tank early. There's Bunny getting sights on this Far Mercy, poking out ahead. But the Mercy did survive, so Resurrect will go through, but actually onto Fearless. Now onto the Orisa. As Team CC go for a back cap. Meanwhile, as with those picks, CC now hold control.
Yeah, you see CC actually kind of picking BTRG apart. BTRG, they got a lot of lethality early on, and that's what allowed them to open up the point first. But as they were in control, they weren't really sure where to dive in on. CC noticed that, and that indecision cost BTRG big time. Now CC, though, in a holding pattern here, as they do have that Orisa with the Hog. And you see Liga on the Sombra looking for that target in the back line, but Bunny not going to be going down here just yet.
He just walked in that room and was like, oh, is this stall taken? I don't really want to mess with you. And kind of surprised he didn't decloak and go for that Widowmaker. But Bunny, having sights on that Far Mercy, he's forcing Kaylee to play so safe, while it doesn't feel like JWJ has that type of pressure, right? And Team CC, with that high ground advantage, can go for these halt and hooks over BTRG, who have to close that gap.
Yeah, BTRG, Kaylee's going to have to play so much more defensively, given the fact that Bunny is on the lookout for him. Liga really needs to put the pressure on Bunny to make sure that that's kind of counteracted.
You ever just dodge a hook and just thank the heavens, do a few more prayers in the morning? But there, Kaylee was trying to duel that Pharah, but what's more interesting is Sia with the whole Hog, and this is a great zoning tool, but getting hacked, very vulnerable to that. There's a finish, not able to heal up. As there BTRG with those pigs, the Valkyrie, even Yang Yang getting part of that. This flip goes through for BTRG just in time too. CC at 74%.
And now on the retake, you can see CC actually making swaps here, going over to a dive. They know that they need something that can actually catch BTRG off. I mean, going in with these kind of slow pushes with the Orisa might take the rest of this time bank to actually get into a position where they can start picking BTRG apart. So now with this swap, they can be a lot more effective out of the gates and rely on that Transcendence to get them those first couple of kills to build momentum and swing that fight in their favor, regain control of the point, and build to the EMP.
Some sweet justice ready for Kaylee, and he's floating above, just waiting for the go sign. But with a Brig on the other side, you also don't want to be too ambitious, especially with a bubble. You want to wait for that cooldown to be out, but he's still going to be peppering Team CC, which even 2 rockets into Faraway could cost him his life. And you can see that Lucio, or FCO, almost went down, but now trying to break through again. Barrage right above them as BTRG keep them at bay. They could also use that Transcendence, but Faraway doesn't want to have that baited out too early. There's that initial hack. I think Liga might have missed it, as Team CC have Bunny, who already has to translocate out. Fearless is hacked. CC need to take this over. BTRG at now 90%. Kills are coming through. BTRG able to res that Ana, but with the rest of the front line missing, no DPS, BTRG, I don't think they'll be able to retake at the moment. They have one last chance, though.
Yeah, that was a clutch retake from CC, not using anything, not having anything really other than that Transcendence. Now, again, they have to rely on that against the barrage that's going to come in, as well as the EMP that could set it up. So BTRG very much with a lead here economy-wise, but CC looking to hold out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those rockets can force that Transcendence out early, but it's good to use it early than to die with it in the final fight. 99 to 93, Kaylee. And once that Diva's out of the way, well, let's try and dodge that self-destruct first. He is hacked. No more wings for this far. Not able to use the barrage. The supports from CC working so well together. As now Bunny with that EMP translocates in, drops it on BTRG, getting 5 members, but Kaylee protects it with the barrage, getting 2 before trading out. BTRG using that rally, Just have to hold on as CC using everything they have left in the bank, the barrier, the primal, and JWJ didn't even get to use the rally. They're losing members. BTRG in firm control of the point as they clean up, and that first round go 100 to 99.
Yeah, you saw Bunny actually expend the EMP right at the end there. Got a 5-man EMP, but it was critical that he missed on the Pharah, the one person that he really needed to hit that could have swung that momentum back into favor for BTRG. And that was a clutch play from Kaylee there. And this is something that I wanted to highlight coming into this matchup, is certainly the matchup of not only Kaylee versus Bunny, but kind of that tandem of Kaylee and Liga versus Bunny. Because we already mentioned multiple times now how Bunny is going to be there to enable JWJ. But if Bunny gets shut down, JWJ cannot get that same amount of enabling from that anymore, because Bunny isn't creating that space. He's not putting down that pressure for JWJ to operate freely. So between the two of them, Kaylee and Liga really need to step up to try to shut down Bunny. They did just that.
You would think with a horse lady like Orisa that, horses are fast animals, but Orisa being one of the slowest tanks, without a Lucio, it'll be hard for either of these teams to retake. See, as already shields being dropped, seems CC have that middle map control, but BTRG with that Pharah, with the Sombra, a little bit more shield break, a little bit more potential to open up this point, as it will be unlocked. BTRG just waiting this one out. Looks like they will be ready to engage shortly.
Bunny looking for that angle, but there it is. CC already in control of the point, so BTRG playing it slow, need to get a couple of picks before they can steal this one away, but that's a big biotic to set it up.
Oh, and the rocket's behind them. This is going to be tough. It's not like a Reinhardt where you can keep shifting things around. Once the shield is down for the Orisa, that's where it's going to stay for at least a few seconds. But BTRG, we're patient, and it pays off as they retake the point.
Arong and Kaylee looking phenomenal so far in this matchup at the moment. You saw that biotic grenade actually thrown in there. Caught the tank line for CC. Not going to be able to sustain through that. And now BTRG hanging out, just having a good time. Liga, he does go down, but still the barrage, something to rely upon, as well as the nano boost that BTRG can use onto Kaylee as well.
And even a supercharger. Let's just support Kaylee in his hopes and dreams. His future with this barrage. Very vulnerable ultimate to be using. Oh, okay. The bongos are out. One rocket, that's done. JWJ making his way on the point. Kaylee doesn't want to use barrage yet. Oh, Faraway finds him too as the EMP from BTRG comes out. The resources, the power of BTRG keeping control of this one. CC, though, despite getting hacked, didn't lose that many members.
Yeah, CC didn't drop anybody to that hack, and now JWJ closing the fight out. And that's going to swing now in favor of Team CC here as they get that last pick there onto Win-Win Q. And yeah, I mean, BTRG, we saw the EMP onto Team CC, but it's that same issue that we saw with Bunnies at the previous round where the team was not stabilized enough to actually get aggressive and follow up on that EMP. And because of that, you utilize the ultimate and get no value out of it. Now CC holding on to the point with this Orisa Hog. Okay. It's going to be difficult to dive in there if you're BTRG.
Yeah, do you try and punish this resurrect? You see JWJ wants to prevent that from going on, and even if they do res it, that's a cooldown you don't have to worry about later on. But JWJ winning this far a duel, he's been a player that's been impressing me more than, and sort of new to the scene too, but meanwhile, BTRG taking their time of healing up, getting their cooldowns, and now rotating towards the right side.
Oh, yet another pick onto Kaylee. They've really struggled getting their Pharah into position, and this is what we're talking about. Bunny shutting down the skies, and that just allows JWJ to just pepper in whatever he wants.
Still firm control from Team CC, getting up to that 70%. You got the whole hog Transcendence too. Faraway forced to use it early. He's been kind of having that issue from all the Pharah rockets. But now they had to go and deal with Yang Yang, who dove behind, but they almost committed too many members to that as they lost their frontline control. Fearless and Faraway down for CC. So BTRG will get that back, and being able to play defensively as a Pharah is going to be maybe big for BTRG coming up.
Yeah, and this nano boost is available yet again. So now you have the decision. Before it was only Kaylee as the option for the nano boost, but now Yang Yang, he's at 65%. This could actually be a perfect moment to put that aggressively onto Yang Yang, allow him to go in, push in on those tanks, try to get aggressive onto Faraway. Then he builds to the primal, get the reset, and get even more healing onto your Ana as well.
EMP from Liga. I don't even know where he is, but he's... Yang Yang is out, EMP out. Nano onto Kaylee is looking for the supports. He gets slipped mid. That is insane. Now CC. This real opportunity to not only take that kill, but take the point right back. 99% for BTRG now. As Cloud, now you're having the desperate swaps come out from BTRG. It's going to be Cloud on the Tracer. CC have one last defense to hold to force a round 3.
Insane outplays there from CC as a whole. You take out Yang Yang with the halt hook combo, immediately delete him. Now the nano boost can only go onto Kaylee, and as soon as it goes onto Kaylee, you sleep him out of the sky as well. Insane plays. CC now holding out. They've got the supercharger down as well.
One last fight, 99-99 between these two teams. No supercharger. Yang Yang trying to do something with the primal. Go after Bunny. Bunny with the headshot cleans it up, and now he'll be a threat into the back, especially to anyone from BTRG. The whole hog from Sia clears the point perfectly. BTRG not able to keep Ana alive to sleep that one or anything to stop Sia from that whole hog, and we're going into a round 3.
Yeah, something to take note of as well is when you get into these final seconds, these final moments, that whole hog is so potent with those knockback changes that we saw a few patches ago. Certainly, Sia can rely on the whole hog to just knock everybody clear off the point. And even if you're someone like Yang Yang, who's going to be able to go on the Orisa here on this map now, you know, even if he tries to fortify, he's dead. There's no way you're going to outlast the whole hog. So that's a really strong ultimate for Sia to kind of hang on to into those final moments, throw everybody else off, make them a lot more desperate to find ways to get to the point. The rest of your team can swarm them, create isolation in that way as well. But now CC onto Sanctum here. As we're going on to round 3, you can see them once again pulling out that halt hook combo that has been reliable for them so far, and BTRG matching it in turn.
But I almost like the Ana over the Zen, right, for the sleep. I think Farway's done a good job of trying to snipe these fires out of the sky, but he's been forced to use Transcendence so early. Double boop! No front line for BTRG! And exactly my point, JWJ is so incredible on this Pharah, and now that he can play defensively on a map like Sanctum, I wonder if Kaylee's going to stick onto this hero.
Yeah, and because he got to the 2 tanks, look how far he is towards his, already towards his barrage. I mean, JWJ already up at 70% because of the fact that he knocked 2 tanks in there. So BTRG now basically out of pure fear have to swap almost immediately because they know that the barrage is coming up. They know that there's discords coming. So BTRG, they're going to swap over to the 3-3. They do have Yang Yang on the Winston, and they're going to need that because it's going to take a lot of rotations to get into position to deal with CC.
Grav is a great ultimate choice for Kaylee, but the way that Team CC's composition is, Bunny is going to play a far away. JWJ's up in the sky. Kaylee's off the map. Not a great start. I was just trying to hype up the guy, but Team CC now have their main take under pressure. Sio was trying to pocket him. JWJ is ready with not only free rockets, he has the barrage, but you don't even need it. 3K for the guy after getting a double boop, which is firmly helping Team CC hold on to this point.
Yeah, and those knockoffs as well. The environmental kills are going to be so crucial for CC because they're playing a composition that is just so good at getting them. I mean, you have 3 different players that can do that. The only thing they're really missing is like the Lucio, I guess. And of course, what they're going to do here is try to play off of this barrage, boost it up. They don't have the Diva to spotlight it, but it's going to be difficult to keep JWJ alive.
They got almost got all halted off the ledge, even going through Pillar's side. This has been really sick plays from Fearless to identify those opportunities. And without an Ana, that was going to be a tough fight for BTRG to win in the first place. They did trade that Zen out, but CC are just lit up like a Christmas tree. Look how many ultimates they do have at 80+% too. BTRG only got 30% on Grav this whole time due to all these environmental kills you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's just these rotations that they're killing BTRG every single time they're trying to set up and get into position with those pre-fight rotations. Someone is getting caught out, so now they're just getting aggressive, going for the hard dive early.
Yang Yang trying to stall it out with that primal, but CC have a whole hog supercharger. They have barrage, they have Valve, they have everything as BTRG. Although they made the swap